Hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm here 365 days of the year to take your political questions out of the chats. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. On today's episode, Trump tried to sneak $40 million out of Grift Co, Trump org, and was busted. The New York gag order has been reinstated. Trump celebrated by continuing to go after the judge's wife. And Trump took his own children's money to boost his own bottom line. Because of course he did. Anyway, hello. We have got fantastic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community here because of you. You've been so kind to each other. You've been so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go. So you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed. I do that a lot on YouTube. All right. Hello. Hello. All right. And today's overlay, it doesn't have any cats in it, but today's overlay is in honor of our founding fathers did not risk their lives for this garbage. That's today's theme. And today's nails are really pretty, except I think I know this is supposed to be like a sweater pattern, but it looks a little bit like grandma got run over by an ATV. So sweater or my grandmother's least favorite Christmas song, you choose. And I'm using the Pulp Tarot again. Whoops, the Pulp Tarot. Okay, hello. Lisa Graham says the gag order on Trump has been reinstated. Just in from New York. Oh, yeah. All right. At 2 minutes, 35 seconds, 2:40. Let's do 2:40. All right. So for today's first question, Kristen from Uncover the News. Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work. Kristen from Uncover the News and Beatrice Rosa were asking, so, cast your mind back to when Judge Engoron, Letitia James asked Judge Engoron to put someone in place to monitor Trump org / Grift Co. Sorry, I got distracted by something in the chat. Letitia James asked Judge Engoron to put someone in place at Trump org / Grift Co. Who would keep an eye on the finances, because right after Letitia James was bringing the civil fraud case, the Monitor caught, it was specifically Junior, but basically the people at Grift Co, they created a Trump org 2 and started trying to transfer all their assets into a Delaware company, so outside of New York. And the Monitor, who was a retired judge, was like, no. So they already have a history of trying to tuck the money away, So it seems that Trump got $40 million out of Trump org without the court-appointed overseer knowing. Now, I found it interesting that part of that money, he says, the 29 million of that, he says, are going to pay his taxes. What I want to know is, I thought he was too smart to pay taxes. I thought he prided himself in not paying taxes. I thought one year he paid nothing in taxes, and another year he paid $750. I pay more than $750 a year in taxes, and trust me, there's not not a huge amount of money going through here. 29 million. Gosh, how did that happen? Maybe he's not able to cook the books? Is that? So actually, my first question is the 29 million tax thing a thing? So let me go up here. Is that really 20 mil for taxes? Question mark. See if that's because the official statement says it is, but Earth Yogi says, I'm seeing 10,000 likes. Hooray. No, there have been some glitches. There are some glitches on YouTube. I would love if we had 10,000 likes, but we don't have. We have 338 people in here right now. So, hello, Salty Chip. Cherry Bomb says that's what he calls Alina. Taxes. Yeah. So, 20 million in taxes, huh? You have a point, Lisa. Paying taxes to a foreign country, perhaps? So, you took 40 million out. Okay, I'm feeling my throat chakra. There's something really, I don't know. It's this big lump of energy in my throat chakra. Must be related to this somehow. $29 million for taxes, huh? Froxy Roxy's asking, any paperwork to back that up? Ricky might have to go home with a line for antibiotics. It's better than the alternative, for what it's worth. Queen of Cups. Oh, this could get juicy. Entertainment only, YouTube. Refreshing. High Priestess. 3 of Swords. Moon. Queen of Swords. Star. Can't speak. Can't speak. It's big clump of energy. It just doesn't always happen where I get a specific, like something on my chakra. That does happen, but it feels like there's a huge block keeping people quiet. Can't speak. Can't speak. Can't speak. Odd. Hello, Selma. Secrets. Secrets that get you into a lot of trouble. 3 of Swords. Howling at the moon. Because this is being revealed, and it feels like there's more than this. Queen of Swords, Star. Yes, precious one. I wonder if, because this was just found by the retired judge, the person who's overseeing Trump.org, and this happened a little while ago, but she just discovered it. Yes, dear. Yes. Hi. And I have to wonder if this star is her. These cards are bigger. These major arcana, this is bigger than just paying your taxes. And I'm getting, like I said, this big lump of energy in my throat chakra. Like somebody can't talk, absolutely can't talk. Making sure somebody can't talk. Lisa Graham's asking maybe a hairball from his comb over. Well, there is that. That was good. Oh, is it your birthday, Seattle? Happy birthday. Marjorie Harrison's throat blockage equals gag order. Well, it's just what it feels like. And then I've got the word can't speak. Can't speak, can't speak. Ricky says, and the star of the show, Santa's little helper himself. What was that kitty? Oh, there he is. Are you Santa's little helper? Are you Santa's little helper? Oh, the cuteness. Oops. Oh, you are the precious. Oh, just relax. Just relax. You are the good boy. Just relax. He's a good baby boy. He's a good baby boy. Yes, he is. All right. Oh, you are the precious. You are the precious. You are the good boy. You are the good boy. You're all right. You're all right. Here you go. There, put this back. Okay. Isabel Moss says Boo Boo's in charge of the naughty list. Yes. Why, yes, he is. That's awesome. Charlie C. Sage fires this contempt of court. Yeah. There's I'm really, if any of you read on this, I know a lot of you do read as well. Not necessarily what I'm reading, but I know a lot of you read as well. If any of you read on this, because I'm getting some huge shenanigans on this. Huge shenanigans. And some people being threatened. Somebody, at least one person, is being threatened with bodily harm if they talk. CC Ryder says the other transfers were for insurance premiums. The $5.6 million that Trump posted in June is security while he appeals a civil jury verdict. Some other rest of the money were supposedly went to pay into a legal escrow account. However, the energy on this is, as Sarah would say, well, it's just not good. There's something here that's hinky, like really hinky. But anyway, all right. So will at 13:30, will Engoron throw the book at Trump? We'll throw the book at Trump, as in actually hold him accountable, as in actually do something. All right. CC Ryder says, we trust you. I call Autumn to the stand. Thank you. Sharon Rice says $5.6 million was already in the escrow account. Really? Charlie says, my birthday was Tuesday. Oh, happy belated birthday, Charlie. Happy belated birthday. All right, Engoron. This guy just flat out lied to you. He knew exactly what he wasn't supposed to do. This guy's lying to your face. And next we're going to be looking at him also publicly attacking your wife. Hanged man. Well, he should suspend whatever, maybe all business practices, maybe there needs to be, even if it's not, well, contempt of court would be criminal, but even if it's not criminal, there should be big, $40 million, really? 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands, Star, and Knight of Wands. Yeah. This is what Trump did. He thought he got away with something, but he thought he got away with something, but he will feel under attack. But it's not gonna help or stop anything, or, man, I'm not getting justice. I'm not getting the justice card. I'm not getting the King or Queen of Swords. So, Deb Z says, oh, the things I could do with $40 million. I hear you. I think Feeding America would be really happy with me, too. Tim Blackvale says, wow, there's all but wands and manipulation. Well, yeah, usually I get cups for Democrats, pentacles for Republicans, and wands for the MAGA, Trump himself, and the MAGA garbage. And that's Trump behaving badly. Why am I not getting? What's going on? Engoron. Trump playing games. It's a lark. Yeah. What I'm getting is Trump will get into trouble, but something has to change. And if this guy walked off with $40 million without telling the person in charge, and Engoron says, well, you have to pay $5,000 and I'm giving you a warning, we're all going to be very disappointed. Something has to change. It says something will change and Trump will be held accountable, but something has to change first. Earth Yogi says the monitor literally just reports out. They don't literally stop them. True. And the monitor, who is a woman, by the way, which I love, she doesn't watch any like day-to-day operations or anything. Page of Cups. Sun, King of Pentacles, Hanged Man. All right. It's come to light. Trump, the corrupt businessman, Hanged Man. Suspension. All right, I am getting some suspension. All right. There is something there. There is something there. There is Trump being held accountable there. But it feels like there's a step and then that. Anyway. At 1930, Lisa and Glenn Bird had a question. They were both asking the same question. The temporary stay on the gag order for the Trump fraud case has been lifted. So the gag order is back in place. Hear that, Donald? Well, no, apparently he didn't hear that. Trump is already breaking it by steadily going after Judge Engoron's wife. Will Trump face consequences by the weekend? How stupid. Cherry Bombs would put that money back or else, maybe? It could be. It could be. How stupid. Wait, who am I talking about? I don't know what these judges expect. I really don't. You deal with criminals all the time, and don't you do something when they start attacking your wife that maybe that's a bad thing? Your spouse? Just putting your spouse in danger, and you, oh well, huh? Exactly, Clem. He keeps doing it because no one holds him accountable. Exactly. Alden Pond says the judge needs assertiveness training. Lois says Trump is pushing Engoron, so it will cause a mistrial. 10 of Swords. Hold him accountable. Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, World, Six of Cups, Knight of Swords. Well, we already know that Trump is saying, I don't control what anyone else does. If people are getting riled up, I don't control that. And it looks like he's going to stick with that nonsense. And that's the nicest word I could use for it. Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. This is going after and trying to get other people to go after everybody around Engoron. Now, there is an Ace of Swords here putting an end to this. And then there is going to be something put in place so things go traditionally. Okay, look, I know it's fiction, but I'm a big fan, as you know, of Walter Gibson, who wrote The Shadow. We're not going to, I have my issues with that stuff, but on the whole, I've read quite a bit of it. I've listened to just about all of the radio programs, and I can think of one just over here. I've got a reproduction of one of the magazines, and in it is a judge who, in the story, it opens, I believe, like at the judge's house, and it's near midnight, and they're the kind of, he and his wife, they're kind of pillars in the community, and it's possible that criminals will come for the judge at some point, but you really don't do that. It used to be, there were a lot of problems in the past. I don't want to go into the past at all, but there used to be a way. This is a card of nostalgia, and the way you would treat judges and their families, that feels like going maybe back a little bit more toward that, and there being dire consequences. So now Trump is blowing through the gag order. So is Engoron going to hold Trump in contempt of court? Cherry Bomb says even the mob didn't mess with the family. Chariot. I wish that card was in the reading because it would mean a big action. But Four of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Magician, Ten of Cups. Okay. Refusal to listen. I do what I want. I move money where I want. I publicly attack anybody I want. This is Trump's burden, and him trying to pull a rabbit out of a hat to explain all this away. But this is Ten of Cups. This is with us suddenly being shocked that Trump is actually held accountable in some way. And this feels very good. Like, really? So it's not all of our dreams come true, but at least it ends well. So man, vile. Raymond de Pascal says Trump's new home is Mar-a-Lago. All right. Can we just say, God bless Mary Trump? And the fact that that woman is a national treasure. Because there is something in the legal filings that Trump came out with, not actually it isn't legal filings. Yeah, there's no happy medium with this today. Okay. So this story came out the other day about the griftlings, Sniffy Jr., the Princess, and Forgettable, about and them taking out these loans and on their houses and all this, or getting huge loans. And it was like, okay. And I kind of glanced at the article, and I was listening to what people were saying, and I was like, is there any there? I mean, because what they were reporting is it was like, well, why is this news? Rich people take out loans, they live off of their loans, so they don't touch the principal of all of their money. They make more with the principal than they pay interest for the money they're loaning to live on. They're taking out a loan to live on. It's just weird rich people finance stuff. Oh, hold on. Mary Trump wants to point out that the media didn't cover the fact that Ivanka testified under oath that Donald took money from his own children's bank accounts to inflate his personal bottom line to look good for banks. That is how he had the funds that Deutsche Bank required to guarantee his loans. Ivanka and Jared took out a $15 million loan on their $24 million Indian Creek mansion. Junior reportedly took out a $4.8 million loan for his $9.7 million mansion. Eric borrowed $2.4 million on his $3.2 million house. And they gave the money to Donald because he couldn't get the loan unless Deutsche Bank said you have to keep a net worth of this much. And he couldn't do it. And apparently, Mary Trump said, excuse you, hello, has anybody seen this? And apparently, from what Sarah was telling me, MSN was like, oh my gosh, we missed that entirely. So apparently MSNBC just started covering this. I haven't seen that yet. That's what Sarah was telling me. Thank you, Mary Trump. Thank you for so many things. I am so sorry that you had to have that man as your uncle, but you may single-handedly stop the Trump name from becoming anathema. Star. You took money, you made your children take out loans or mortgages or second mortgages, super high percentage of the value for your own bottom line. I don't even have kids, and I can't imagine. How? Have a good day, Lois. King of Pentacles. Yeah, really. The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. Shadow knows. Eight of Pentacles. Devil. King of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Well, it's all coming out. Corrupt businessman. Fraudulent business practices. Working. Corruption. Trump the blankety blank. And a huge chunk of money here. This is he's just a man. Huge chunk of money that he didn't deserve. First Images 1 says, my husband didn't risk his life over the Trump garbage. Exactly. Janelle Espinosa says they stole from their own charities. I mean, the trash here. Yeah. Alden Pond says, Father of the Year. So, well, the question here is, will Deutsche Bank sue him for lying through his teeth? But I have literally zero faith in Deutsche Bank. If they're, I cannot fathom a mainstream or like a bank that is remotely like a known quantity that is been more corrupt. And yeah. So is anybody going to hold Trump accountable for making his own children get out loans, for pressuring his own children to take out loans and then just, what, keeping the money? Page of Swords. That feels, I'm getting Kushner energy off that human stock photo. Hello, Justice card. Five of Swords. King of Swords. Tower. Page of Cups. Oh dear. This starts out with the Justice card. This is sooner rather than later. Adding insult to injury. That's a prosecutor. And the Tower. Kaboom. Page of Cups. It won't be hard to win this case. It's fraud. Because the agreement of what he signed, it wasn't that, oh, my family and I are going to pitch in together. It says in the contract, Donald Trump had to personally guarantee this with his own money and prove, and he had to have X amount. I'll believe it when I see it, but the cards are good. Okay, so Kevin McCarthy, Mr. Mediocre himself. And if anyone says we don't live in a patriarchy, I will a patriarchy with a big streak of racism in it. I will point you to Kevin McCarthy, who would utterly not be remotely where he is in life if there was actually a fair playing field. He is a jar of mayonnaise. He is the most mediocre human being, and he still acts entitled. Entitled to what? Talk about a participation trophy. Jeez. Anyway, so that was like 30, 35, 40, something like that. 35, 30. So after McCarthy was ousted as Speaker, Donald Trump called him. Not to commiserate, but that Trump told McCarthy that it was McCarthy's own fault for not working closer with Matt Gaetz, and also for allowing Trump to be impeached. Apparently, McCarthy responded with a resounding F-bomb. But now they've made up and continue to talk and text for their working relationship. Now the question here is, how much longer will the GOP kiss the ring? But I'm just, how? The humiliation level. Is that the trade-off? In order for someone that uninspiring, mediocre to make success, you have to debase yourself over and over and over to someone who's abusing you? Eek. Gina's Place says, thank you for touching on McCarthy's issues. People in my area overwhelmingly don't like or trust him. There's not much to like or trust, so good. True, Cherry Bomb, but Kevin flew to his side when he wasn't even eating. Queen of Wands. Oh, gosh, you're all supportive of him. He's the King of Wands, and then the whole group of you're all, we must kiss his ring. Really? Really? I didn't watch it. There was a Marvel show on years ago that it was one of the ones I didn't watch because I was warned. Triggering, don't. But there's a character, she's walking away from a situation and she calls over her shoulder and says, self-esteem, get some. Yeah. I don't have time to go up and search something I missed. Would you mind putting it back in the chat? I'd really appreciate it. I'll spend a lot of time trying to scroll up and find things. But gonna keep kissing the ring, huh? Waiting for your ship to come in, but Democrats keep winning on the whole because you're awful. Well, the plan, we have a plan. We just need to double down on our extreme views. And oh my gosh, why are we on the defensive? The system must be rigged. It ends with the Knight of Pentacles. Well, we just need to be more aggressive. We just need to fight more for our beliefs. It's a representative democracy, and your ideas are not popular. And just because you have those beliefs doesn't mean you get to run things. And this idea of, well, there was an election and I voted, and none of the people I voted for won. I don't have any representation. That's not how this works. The heck? And then the rest of us don't want to live in an authoritarian society. So, yeah. All right. Yeesh. Okay. There's good news and there's bad news. This is the last directly Trump one, I believe, at 41 minutes in. There's good news and bad news. I'm just going to start with the bad news. I much prefer just pull the Band-Aid off. I'm that kind of person, and then we'll deal with whatever else. And if you have something nice to say afterwards, great. Okay. The bad news about what I'm about to tell you is that it's Judge Cannon. So for now, I don't know how much good this can do, but it might do a whole heck of a lot of good in future, because Donald Trump's own lawyers just gave Jack Smith a fantastic Christmas gift. Trump attorney Jennifer Little told a grand jury that she very clearly warned the ex-president that he must comply with a federal subpoena for the classified documents he took home from the White House. And she's absolutely certain that he understood that failure to do so would be a crime. Will this truly be what legal experts are describing as game over for Trump? But it's Judge Cannon. But his own attorney, Trump attorney Jennifer Little, told the grand jury she clearly warned the president he must comply with the federal subpoena. She's absolutely certain that he understood failure to do so would be a crime. Yeah, 4 of Wands, so Trump doesn't listen to anybody. He's down at Mar-a-Lago. I do what I want. 5 of Pentacles, Magician, with a Fool card in the middle, Temperance, and the Sun. I'd be happier if this was over here, but this isn't too bad. Well, Trump's a fool. We know that. This is very petty. This is, I got ousted, therefore I'm going to take whatever I want. I'm not just going to take my ball and bat. I'm going to, there's some other balls and bats here, and I'm going to take them too and go home. It's not yours. And this is lawyers trying to work with him, try to, like, okay, you need to do something different, and I can help you, but I can only help you to a point, et cetera, et cetera. And he wasn't never going to listen. This is temperance and things coming to light. So things coming to light, but not getting the hammer falling. Yeah, it says 4 majors. Interesting. She's his liar. again, the Fool card. Tower, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You're donezo. And she's pointing out, look, the stuff. So yeah, eventually it will matter. It's just the Judge Cannon right now is kind of the wet blanket. She's the stopper. So yeeks. So is there the thing about Kushner? Is there something I need to read on with Kushner? Just please let me know. CC Ryder says Jack Smith lawyers. I call Ms. Little to the stand. Oh. All right. Well, I will read on this for now. 4630. 4630. And thank you for going through the news with me. Thank you. Right before we left, just as I was signing off, actually a moment after I signed off yesterday, and I hit end live stream, Angela M. put a question in the chat that I saw, and I thought, oh, that's a good question. So I grabbed it. So I'm reading on it today. Angela M. asked, is Jack Smith investigating Speaker Mikey He Hates Everything Johnson? Oh, Jack. Jack Smith, are you investigating Speaker Mikey He Hates Everything Johnson about January 6th, considering he is one of the people who would not certify the election? Lady Eva says, oh, that's a great question, isn't it? Thank you, Angela. Oh, man. And thank you for asking a Jack Smith question where I can actually read on Jack Smith's energy, because it's so much nicer. I'm here to go through the news, though. I mean, that's what I'm here to do. But every once in a while, throwing a little curveball of a Democrat or somebody who has nice energy in, it's just like, oh, lovely. Seven of Pentacles, fruits of labor. It's not like it was hidden what the Republicans were doing. Eight of Wands, Three of Cups, Page of Wands, Lovers, Knight of Cups. Doesn't feel like he's leaving any stones unturned. Thank you, Julia. Thank you. All the things they did. I am getting us being pleased about all of the things that these MAGA people did to try to destroy the 2020 election, and them being quite weak up against Jack Smith, his prosecutors, the law, and those who were really swilling the covfefe. They didn't drink the coffee. They didn't just drink the coffee. They were swilling the covfefe. Are going to Jack Smith and his prosecutors are going having a very deep dive look. This is a Knight of Cups. This is taking action, big action, fighting for the realm. So what I've got is not just him. I don't think he's specifically being singled out. Yeah, Valerie Sargent says, you'd think with his name on the blueprint to overthrow the government, Smith would be on it. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Betty Cantrell says Johnson and Grassley were the main ones pushing the fake electoral. I believe it. Suburban Housewives asking, wondering if people will be watching the Newsome DeSantis debate tonight. No, for one reason. DeSantis. What is it about these far-right men who go on and on ad nauseum about manliness and manly and anti-woke and manly. And then they all have these kind of weak, squeaky voices. It's just like, there are voice instructors out there, right? You can get your voice out of your sinuses and speak your truth with your diaphragm, your full of lungs, I did read on this the other day. Newsome is going to wipe the floor with this man. It's not even going to be close. But let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. 52 minutes in. In this corner, governor who cares about his people. And full of it, Gavin Newsom. In this corner, DeSatan, horrible man of the tiny boots. Who will win the debate? What effect will this have? Who was it in the chat who, how those pictures came out about how DeSantis is obviously wearing lifts, and not just just like a little bit, like he's wearing these cowboy boots, and apparently the way it's bending, he's obviously like wearing stiletto heels. He's so far up on his toes to try to give himself a little bit of height. And no matter what he tries to do next to Newsome is, my understanding is Newsome is tall. But one of you in the chat said, well, yeah, I mean, he's got to have that weird thing with his foot back, so he can get his boots on over the hooves. That was good. That was good. Mary Smith says Newsome should dare him to take off his shoes with him. Like, okay, let's both take off our shoes. Let's see what's in our shoes. That would be so good. Pauline Francis, I've met Newsome. He's fairly tall and good looking. Excellent. Anne says Newsome is 6'3". Wow. 6 of Pentacles. DeSantis' talking points are pathetic. Clem is saying Newsome isn't a dummy either. True. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Betty Cantrell's pointing out he was married to Sniffy Jr.'s girlfriend, fiance, whatever. Yeah, but she looks like a completely different person. So I don't know if we should even say that anymore, because it's like, that's not the same person. Anyway, this is desperately, this would be pentacles. So and the pentacles here are DeSantis, the cups are Newsome, Republicans, Democrats, desperately clinging to what little he has. And as a matter of fact, whatever prep he went through is more like charity to try to get him ready. This disappointment here, this Five of Cups, this is just embarrassing that he is trying to knock, the way he's trying to knock over these Democratic talking points. And Newsome will be trying to reason, to have good points, and he's going to just refuse to accept reality. And in the end, you have DeSantis out there saying, look at me, look what I did, look. That's a page. That's pathetic. Meanwhile, Newsome is effortlessly King of Cups here, just like, that was easy. Oh, DeSantis, you are an embarrassment. And good, because you're a complete scumbag. Yeah. Yeesh. Yeah. Okay. So, I want to make sure I cover this one. Because this morning, I don't know if you were watching, but Santos gave a press conference this morning. And he said the kind of stuff that you'd expect. The third attempt to get him kicked out of office is this Friday. So it's tomorrow. He said he announced he'd make a motion to expel the guy who pulled the fire alarm. Yeah, you got to dig back in the, oh yeah, something about, but what I was listening to on MSNBC, because I heard that. I heard at least what MSNBC was broadcasting of Santos's press conference this morning. And one of the first things he was talking about was people here have a lot of secrets. He just flat out threatened that if he's removed from office, he's going to tell secrets. It wasn't subtle. It wasn't hinted at. It wasn't on background. Right up front, into the camera, into the mic, flat out. So is he going to get ousted and spilled? Hi. Fool. What level of power are people you threatening? Because in the past, people who ran their mouths, well, let's just say they're in law enforcement, in that sort of thing. There's that expression about snitches get stitches. Temperance, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Nine of Wands, Hierophant. Odd. This would be some of the Republican, like basically all of the Democrats are going to vote to expel Santos. But there are definitely some Republicans who are going to be trying to slow things down, lower the temperature. Five of Cups. This is disappointment. And Santos is going to be absolutely at the mercy of the storms. because he's facing the government, and it feels like the government's going to kick him out. But it's not talking about him spilling or not. Is George Santos going to spill everybody's secrets? Lisa Fortifor says he won't be expelled. Ace of Swords. Well, that's not the actual like truth, anything that he would do, because he does not. Charlie C. Sage of Fire says if he gets expelled, there's no pension. Okay. I know that there are some perks he can, in theory, still have, but he's got big legal problems to worry about. Hermit. Chariot. Yeah, he's going to get run out on a rail at some point here. Lovers. Oh. Wheel of Fortune. That doesn't feel... Let me pull the last card, but that doesn't feel like... Normally it's just, oh yeah, people who are so in the Trump cult. Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Wands. This is an ace. Technically, it's small. It's a small card. It's not much. There's just the one. This is a small action, but it's a doozy. It's a bludgeon, because once the Wheel of Fortune turns, he who was so devoted to Trump and his ilk. But this, with the Hermit and the Chariot, this is getting run out on a rail. And him taking some actions with a blunt weapon. Whew. M. Kelpie says pensions and benefits happen only after 5 years. True. Lady Eva says so much major arcana, so little time. I agree. Again, temperance. So he's going to be run out on a rail, but it starts with temperance. So I'm hoping that means, yeah, he's done. I'm getting us being very pleased by seeing the back of him. By 10 of Swords. He's out in the cold. He's he's fair game for the legal system. And he will try to blow smoke up the detectives or whoever, all the legal stuff he's met. He'd try to blow smoke all he can. But this is a prosecutor who's going to, I think, nail him to the wall, metaphorically. So, but you don't actually have any secrets to tell, do you? Because that's not what's popping out here. It says you're taking some action, but the world. You're donezo. 6 of Cups. 4 of Pentacles. Moon. All right, he's got a little bit of juicy gossip, but we'll see. We'll see. Look, it could be third time's a charm. We've seen stuff like this so many times and just gone, here we go. But the cards are saying he's out. So that's what I'm getting there. All right. Whew, we made it. It is 1:26 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel doing creative work. You're always welcome to join. And other than that, I am here 365 days of the year. I'm serious. I'm always here. All right. So please don't forget, you are not alone. We are in this together. And there are good days ahead. There really are. All right, so hang in there. And I will see you right back here tomorrow. Thank you. Take care.